revolution will not be televised is a phrase and lyric that was born out of the American civil rights movement. It simply means you cannot be passive in a revolution. And from Occupy Wall Street to the Arab Spring, that lyric and phrase has been declared across political movements for decades. But it's Christmas, so why am I mentioning this? Sometimes in our reminiscing of the Christmas story, we downplay the beginning of the greatest revolution of all time. The incarnation, God becoming human, visible, knowable, tangible, yet still divine. Not only did this challenge the powers of evil and darkness in the biblical age, but it very much continues to do the same in today's secular age. God's revolutionary tactic was not of military strategy or political power, but a baby born in poor and unlikely circumstances. Today, our world often tells us to put ourselves first as the route to flourishing. But in the incarnation, we see the opposite. We see the humanity of humility. Secondly, amidst a culture that looks to avoid or fragment, the incarnation invites us to participate. Not to numb ourselves from the suffering happening around us, nor to cling onto the people we find similarities with. Instead, we are to enter suffering, leave our comfortable thrones and get up close and personal with those that are different to us. Finally, as Jesus is both fully God and fully man, the good news for today is that the more godly we become, the more human we also become. We don't conform to a uniform, religious, boring life. The only thing left behind is sin. Following Jesus adds and enriches our creative opportunity. So amidst a culture hunting for authenticity, the incarnation gives us the assurance that we can be more fully and wonderfully ourselves. So the revolution will not be televised. In other words, you cannot be a passive participant in a revolution. And as Jesus chose incarnation, he later chose resurrection and ascension, declaring that we are now the carriers of his revolution. We are to join God's invitation to seek restoration, subvert the ways in which our culture dehumanizes, and live fully, truly human lives.